Respected dear family members, my pranams to you. Very recently, we could watch through emails and also through mobile phones the news spreading throughout the world, and also in the national and the regional newspapers about the message given by Mata Amruthanandamayee in New York in a session conducted by UNO. In that UNO session, students more than 500 students attended the program from 93 universities, including Cambridge University, Oxford University, Stanford University, Singapore International University, and so on. 93 universities having the topmost international standard, including Cambridge University and Oxford University, sent their students for listening Mata Amruthanandamayee's lecture in UNO. And remember that Mata Amruthanandamayee is not a PhD holder. She is not the top in the academic session in India or anywhere in the world. Altogether, she has got third standard educational qualification. She was born and brought up from a fisherman family. And her only asset through meditation, through yoga, and through spiritual enlightenment and elevation, she could bring the people and console the people and support the people through the pathway of spirituality on the one side, and through establishing hundreds of educational institutions, including Amrita International University, Amrita Medical College, All India Institute of Medical Science, Amrita Institute of Medical Science, and a series of technological institutions, series of hospitals, particularly super speciality hospital, a series of schools and colleges, and orphanages, and asylum for mentally, physically handicapped people, students. With all this integrating the spirituality and science, she could guide the world, and people are ready to sit in front of her for hours together. In Kerala and in some part of India, particularly in Kerala, the so-called communist Marxist party members, so-called leftist, so-called progressives, so-called radicalist and atheists, always denigrate her, belittle her, degrade her, and declare that she is God-man, and whatever way possible, the Kairali channel through John Brittas, one of the MBA holder, reporter and the interviewer in Kairali channel, he did and the channel did their best. Instead of telling their best, it is better to say John Brittas and the channel people did their worst for denigrating Mata Amruthanandamayee and her movement and her institutions. This was started from Madhyamam, an electronic media TV channel from Kerala, conducted an interview and also explained what is mentioned in the book written by the ex-secretary of Mata Amruthanandamayee. She has written whatever she wanted to write. She has also earlier written that she is in front of the God. About Mata Amruthanandamayee, all the positives Mrs. Gale has written. Later she wrote slightly deviating book. From that book, little bit lines were taken and used for denigrating Mata Amruthanandamayee by Kairali channel, the leftist channel, and Madhyamam, the Muslim channel. Many of Amma's followers also got shocked by reading that, even though the content was cheap and nothing. People thought the waves and the impressions automatically created against Hindu movement leaders, and net result was that few days in Kerala, outside Kerala nothing happened. Outside India also nothing happened. In Kerala, the so-called progressives and radicalists and the atheists took their weapon, all-round weapon for fighting against Amaruthandamayee and denigrating her. And remember that thousand-fold negatives are taking place in the Christian community through the church priest. And one of the police station, one of the circle inspector also released a search notice against a father that he molested a 9th standard girl. After that nothing. Nearly 800 people were killed or died in the meditation center of Christians in Chalakudi, Thrissur district. No inquiry. But a lady wrote a few lines negative was taken by Kairali channel and Madhyamam and targeted against the Hindu leader. I will say Mata Amruthanandamayee, generally uplifting the Hindu messages from India, even though she is dealing with every religious people. Amma was denigrated. But whatever is to be survived, that survived. Whatever is not to be survived, that will perish. So the Marxist Communist Party members, the senior leaders, they should think that E.M. Shankaran Namboodiripad, the godfather of CPM in Kerala, Jyoti Basu, the godfather of CPM in Bengal, they were not invited for UNO's lecture. Our present leaders, Anandamurthy was also, who said that when if Modi becomes the Prime Minister of India, I will leave India. That man was not invited for delivering lecture in UNO. But the world knows, Western world particularly knows whom to be respected and whom to be discarded and whom to be kept away. That can be seen, that could be seen. So Amaruthandamayee could do her best while delivering the lecture about spirituality and science, in which she specifically said, elevating the poor people from their present state to the higher level through the ultra-modern science and also spiritual consolation. These are to be integrated. The science and spirituality should be integrated for elevating the human race in the 21st century. Marvelous messages were given, and they were accepted by the top university students and scholars, and the UNO and the UNO agency expressed their deepest gratitude for conducting such type of sophisticated technology in nanotechnology, in the medical field, in the biochemistry field, in the IT field and the electronic field, conducted by Amma's institutes. Remember that whatever is to be retained, the nature will retain that. Whatever is not to be retained, the nature will wipe out that. Amma is still there. And all the atheists, all the radicalists, all the leftists should think that the negatives happening in the Muslim community, the negatives happening in the Christian community, particularly in Kerala, either through terrorism or through forced conversion, these negatives are 1 billion times more complicated than the negatives happening in Hindu ashrams, if at all it is happening. But the so-called progressives, they keep quiet whenever some negatives are coming from the minority community in India, in Kerala particularly. But any simple negatives happening in an ashram, that will be projected as Nagasaki, Hiroshima atom bomb. But Hindu Dharma could survive in India and outside India. Christianity could not survive in America, in Canada, in England, in Europe or any other country. Every developed country discarded Christianity, and Islam is butchering each other. Shia is killing Sunni, Sunni is killing Shia, Shia and Sunni killing Ahmadiyya, and implosion is taking place within the religious group killing, murdering, torturing, bomb blasting among the followers of Prophet Muhammad. Those who are worshipping Prophet, those who are worshipping Quran, those who are worshipping Mecca, those who are worshipping Allah, those who are worshipping Gabriel, angel, they are killing among themselves. But among Hindus, such a thing is not happening. The oldest dharmic way of life, oldest religion, still flourishing through Amma, through Sai Baba, through Civil Sri Ravi Shankar, and through many movements and institutions. It will survive, whether the progressives are supporting or deporting, I am using a wrong word, or deporting. Survival of the noblest is India's message. Survival of the fittest is the Western message. Amma could survive because the messages are noblest in the world. I am sure that you will understand about Amma, and you should try to understand scientifically, logically and rationally. Then come to a conclusion. Pranams to you. Thank you very much.